Everyone, welcome back to the North American LCS. As you can see from that last fight, Counterlogic Gaming coming up big on the win. Now 10-10 on the summer split. Tied in third with Team Solo Mid now. So you guys definitely making the wave you set out to make in the beginning of the season. What has kind of made that happen so far with CLG? What's the mindset right now?
Well, we finally have a shot caller, so that's good. Chowster's been stepping up and actually doing a pretty good job. The first day, or the first game of the week, some bad calls, but you know, stuff happens and you learn from it, so everyone's improving and it's going pretty well.
And you guys were kind of chatting on the couch, Link. I heard you say that, you know, Chowster, those shot calls kind of throw you to the back line a little too much, and as well as their team decisions. How does that kind of affect the fights?
Sometimes, like, the calls just make you get blood rush too much, and then you just sort of lose your focus during the team fights, man. It's not really like, it's not like Chaucer's fault. I would say it's more my fault, because I should be able to be collected and calm and, you know, just figure out what I'm able to do during the team fights and play them properly. But it's definitely hard team fights to play, so.
And with an intense game like that, what are the little things that you guys do to keep that reminder that sometimes we may get blood rush, these fights may get a little intense? How do you keep that mindset?
We constantly just remind ourselves about what we need to do, keep track on our goal, and like how we're going to play out the team fights. And we're constantly discussing how it's going to go, how it's going to happen. Like Malphite's going to go on Twitch, or I'm trying to assassinate the back line. It's just all these constant like talking and discussion during the game is able to enable us to win the game.
And Vulcun being a team that really takes you guys out quite a bit, is there anything extra on top of that, remembering that you have to keep in mind about Vulcun throughout each of these matches?
Not really, at least I don't think. They're just another team that's pretty good, so just playing normally and just try to outplay them and win the game.
All right, so hopping into Champion Select, Link, you've been playing a bit of Orianna lately. They took that away from you. Do you think they kind of may have put themselves in a position where ManCloud hasn't played that a lot and it may have hurt them?
ManCloud's Ori is actually really good.
Okay.
He's really dominant in the laning phase, and I'd say his team fight needs to work on a little bit, but because I really think that if he played that properly, that they should have won the game hands down, just because of their team comp. But I really think he's a good player, and his Ori is it's one of the best.
No, we saw you staying away from it, namely in that bottom lane, knowing that Zuna was going to continuously come back. What was the kind of the mindset and the communication when you were saying, I'll stay bottom, continuously kill, and push this lane?
I was basically the strongest at that point because I have DFG, and Ahri can literally kill anyone on the map. And I knew that Zuna was like, we froze on him for like the first 10 minutes of the game. So I just had a feeling that he's just going to constantly come bottom and try to get the farm. And during those times, I just killed him 2 times, and they were just free.
And when you're playing against somebody like an Orianna as a Malphite, you're the one who wants to dive in, and that's kind of what everybody wants as an Orianna, somebody to put a centric motion to the fight. How do you get around being in a bad spot when you ult? Because you're the one that has to go in.
Sometimes you're just kind of shit out of luck as Malphite when you ult in, because you have no way to get out, so you kind of just die. But that's the drawback of playing Malphite, but he's still really strong. Like, you can go on the Twitch, you can go on the Orianna whenever you want to, and you just kill them. So he's just a really strong champion for that.
All right, 2 more questions coming in for you guys. Who right now are you looking at as the team that is kind of the bane of Counterlogic as you guys make your way through the summer split?
Team Velocity. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Like, we just suck at versus them. I don't know why.
But if you could think of something, what is that?
For some reason, like, we just always derp versus, like, maybe we just underestimate them and we don't take them seriously, and that's really our fault. And like, we're really trying to get better, and like this week is just a prime example of what CLG is. Like, we had like the worst game 1, and then we have a really good game 2, and then we have a pretty mediocre game 3. So.
All right, and Nien, final question for you guys. Next week, you prepare to face off against Coast, 0-2 versus them. What is going to be the preparation coming into that matchup for next week?
I'll just beat Zion Spartan, then we'll win.
So you're expecting to get the 1v1? All right, we're basing it on the 1v1. We'll see if we can get it. Link, Nien and Link, thank you very much for the interview, guys. Congratulations on the win again today. A very hard-fought win at that, keeping it going towards the late game. Very CLG-esque. Guys, the day is coming to an end with 6 games in the past. 2 days of that has meant LCS has more 6-game weeks to go and another super week. So many games coming. We're coming up to the 8th week. It's almost over, and it's so hard to believe. Jat's going to be